Righto, we're starting to get some real progress on this project at the moment. I've got most of the front end of it stripped off, all the panels and the light wiring harness out. I've decided to slightly change tack on the way I was going to proceed on this project. I thought what I might do is strip the paint off, put a sealer on it, take it to the panel beater, put the sealer on it, pull the engine out, do the engine bay, clean it up, paint it, rewire it, and then send it off to the panel beaters. But I've actually decided to change my mind, as you do in these sorts of things. I'm going to pull the engine out first, and I'm going to repaint it, do what I was going to do, but I've decided to actually do the welding on this project. I've done a little bit of welding before, not a lot, and I haven't done next to bugger all on panel steel, so it'll be interesting, but I've got just about to order a new welder, and I'm going to go pick up some old guards and stuff from the wreckers and scrap metal places, so hopefully I'll have a bit of time to practice on and do that in between doing the engine and getting it all sorted. Pulling the panels off, I've discovered some of the marvellous panel work that's been previously done, the welding. Now these old Holdens are notorious for, this is the front fender, they're notorious for rusting down here at the bottom because crap gets in them. And whoever the previous person who did this has lap welded all of their rust panels, and they're pretty crappy patch panels. They've lap welded instead of butt welding it, which is what you should have done. I'm no expert on panel beating, but I know for sure that's what they should have done, because if leaving a big gap there isn't just asking for crap to go in and start rusting it out again, I don't know what else is. It's exactly the same on the other one here. So I've done a pretty crappy job. You can buy repo patch panels for these things, so I'm going to buy some, cut it out, put it in properly. You might not be able to see this, but sitting here and here and here are all little bits of bog that have been pushed through holes in the panel. Now you might ask, what the hell is holes in the panel doing there? Well, this car would have originally come out with a chrome strip that goes all the way down the sides of these panels and all the way down the sides of the door here. So I bet I'm going to find exactly the same thing when I open that door up. So I've got lots and lots of little holes to weld in all down the side, which should be a hell of a lot of fun. The front nose cone isn't too bad. You always get some minor surface rust on the inside of them. I'll have it fix that all up. But it's obviously had a knock in this corner here. It's all creased in, and someone's tried to have a go at welding a new bit in up the top here. They've done a pretty crap job. Nothing's square like it should be. So I'll bang all them out, redo it, and hopefully there won't be as much filler as what is in the top corner there. Oh, and if I go over here, I stripped out the bottom of one of the doors to show you. That's what the lap welded rust panels look like. So all I've done is cut out the square, obviously where it's rusting, push the panel in from the back of it, weld along the top here, and then just bog straight over it, which is given a huge amount, and which requires a huge amount of bog to be put in here. So I'm going to have to cut all these out and do them properly. By the looks of it, this panel's got a bit of a dent in it, so I'll have to straighten them all back out. But I'm kind of unsurprised to see all of this. Most of these old cars, these old Holdens, have been messed about like that. They were kind of a people's car back in the day. Well, this one was the most expensive one of their models, but they were kind of a people's car, and everyone used to just bog them up. They were worth next to nothing at one point in time, so no one really gave a crap about them. And they pretty much always rust in these spots. Another one that's quite bad is the sill. Can't see it. There's a little bit of surface rust just down here. I might have to put a new bit in there. That's alright. There's a guy not far from here who rolls out new panels for the sills and does a pretty good job from what I hear. But yeah, the rest of it's as it is. You can see this is the original colour. It's actually a gold. It looks more yellow. Well, it's kind of a gold. It would have looked a lot better than this. This is just a crappy front part of it. I'm sure buffed it would have looked quite nice, and it would have probably had a sort of a flax or white vinyl roof on it. So it was originally this colour, there's more of it in the boot. It then got painted this purple colour, and I'm pretty sure whoever did that was the one responsible for those crappy patch panels. And then the guy I bought it off did this. And it's kind of interesting to see how they did their jobs. Whoever spray painted it this black, didn't bother taking off any of the chrome. They've masked most of it up. There's still a bit of overspray on some of the chrome, which I've got to clean up. But yeah, they were pretty slack and they didn't take off any of the chrome. Everything's coming off in my rebuild, the whole lot. I'm going to hide all the wiring, cleaned it all up. Another thing I noticed is this windscreen. I've pulled out the top of a lot of the sealer on it. I've got to get someone in to pull it out professionally, because I don't trust myself from not cracking it. But it was, I'll come around over here, it was actually leaking for quite a while. I put a bit more sealer on it, which stopped it. The reason it was leaking is because I can put my finger just about through the top of there, and so the top of the windscreen wasn't actually coming over the top of the lip to protect the front screen. So the only thing that was stopping water going straight down there was a little bit of sealer. So obviously whoever put this windscreen in didn't do it properly. There should have been some more packings put at the base of the windscreen so it didn't fall down while it was sealed, which is probably what happened when they did it. These old windscreens, well, the seals on these windscreens, the way they used to work was that they've got these little bits of wire here. There's a little bit of wire that goes all the way around the seal on them, and what you can actually do is if you hook 12 or 24 volts up, the end of the wire's over there, if you hook a bit of voltage up to each of these and leave them for a day or so, they heat up. They actually will melt most of the seal around your windscreen, and you can pull it off with not too much trouble. So I'll call someone up and get that professionally removed, and of course when they go to put them back in again, I'll get someone to do it. I don't trust myself for doing it. So that's how we're doing. We're here most of the way. You can see the engine pretty easily. That's one of the beauties of these models. You can pull all the front guards off and access the engine, easy to pull it out, and the same with the subframe. So there's just a subframe down here, runs in under the bottom of the body, and there's a couple of bolts just on the inside. The subframe only comes to about here in the body, so I believe some people, if you're going to swap the engine out or do a lot of work, some of them just take it to this stage and then just unbolt it, and you can just roll the whole subframe forward and deal with it that way. I'll probably pull the engine out first, because probably easier if I do it piecemeal. Okay, so that's where we're at this stage in the project. A lot more work to go yet, but I think we're getting somewhere. So have a comment, give me some suggestions on what you think I'm doing right or doing wrong. Probably more I'm doing wrong. And yeah, hope you enjoyed what I've showed you. Thank you.